Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Kai and Y007. Hope all is well. Decided to come back on, had some stuff to go over. It is technically still Sunday, chocolate Sundays. Usually come on early. I'm on at a whole different time. Let's see. And I'm challenging something still. Okay. So a few things, well, a bunch of things, but we'll see what we squeeze in here and see how interaction proceeds. Whew. Tasha K just recently did an interview with Tasha K is one of the biggest YouTubers on here. She did an episode, went against someone that she was once cool with, Jaguar Wright, who is a former R&B singer. And yeah, so there's a lot going on with that. Her son is outing her. He has a book coming out, Monster Mom. I think that's the title of it. Want to show some of that. I also wanted to discuss a little bit of Stockholm Syndrome and why I think Tasha K has it. So you could be on top, but you bottom feeding for some reason. So I just want to say that's what I'm seeing. Hey, New Yorkers, I'm hoping whoever comes in, come in. I would like to hear from New Yorkers because they're saying that we are fighting for the illegal immigrants. So I want to know what's going on, what's up. There's some views on that. New York is one of the few states, let me turn this down a little bit, few states that did elect, did win for Kamala, at least by state. Cali and maybe a few others. It wasn't that much at all. But now they're making statements that, well, we're going to go right to it. Oh, you're in Mexico? Seriously? Thank you. You can only do so much with the keyboard on here. I have Spanish on my phone. My keyboard's for texting and stuff, but on these computers, you can't really do mi español too good, huh? But greetings. What's your cup size? All right. Anyway, yeah, y'all got the right one. I tried to tell y'all last time. Y'all think y'all be coming out to just troll people. You got the right one. I ain't gonna like crap. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I should do a Jaguar Wright impression. Oh, in the immigration, this is serious. I'm gonna be laughing, but it's serious. Why are they saying that New York is getting in the way of the illegal immigrants getting out of here? They are making statements that my fellow New Yorkers are getting in the way. But I haven't seen any proof of that. That doesn't mean it's not happening, but I need to see some proof. I've been looking. I'm seeing talk, but I'm not seeing, hold on. We're going to go to the protest also. So there's a couple of things. And like I said, with Jaguar Wright, hey, it looks like I'm going to church in a rope. Okay, that's cool. Hold on. So I'm going to share screen so we can jump right into it. So I'm not going to be going back and forth with y'all too much. Y'all crazy. Hope y'all are doing good though, even the furry trolls. Let's go to which one first? The latest is this is the latest. There we go. It's right there. This will be muted.
You guys are hungry. There was no food, and she gets arrested. You remember?
You would like me to give further details?
Yes, I did.
All right, so that's part of it right there. Now, I can't show it because I don't know how she feels about it. I don't want to do nothing wrong. I'll be trying to I have no idea. But anyway, so my thing is this. All right, so her and Jaguar Wright were cool. Then they weren't. Jaguar Wright has a way of ruining friendships, anyone she gets. Now she's coming for LL Cool J. She's back on Diddy's. You know what? She's coming against a lot of people in the hip hop industry. It's like her career stopped and everyone else is flourishing, still successful. And these are the ones she's targeting. She had her son, Sam, last. She had a child, Giovanni. I hope I'm saying it right. And it was listed that he was murdered. So he is deceased. This is our other child. Tasha K had him on here, but she had him on there a while ago. But her whole thing is with them. Let me go back in. With these two, whatever, I'll just get to it. He's saying she was a prostitute. She wasn't a good mom, a whole lot of things, which is interesting because I talked about something, a little bit of that with parenting in like the last live stream and how bad parenting affects us. You grow up, you have these issues with yourself, but it's not just to blame on yourself. It's on your upbringing, right? So that's part of what I wanted to just bring up as a point to make. What's interesting to me too is, and Jaguar Wright called Tasha K out about this, she doesn't have her own son. Her son is in Africa. She has a daughter and a son. The youngest is in Africa and he hasn't been around. Speaking of Africa, her husband is from Africa. Tasha K is now going on tour with Charleston White. Charleston White is the same one that disrespected her. From what I understand, he called her ugly bee. He talked bad about African people and a whole lot of stuff like that. So I wanted to just show some of that too, and I'll get into that in a minute. Just moving around a bit. Immigration, I wanted to show the latest on that because it's grabbed my attention because now that Trump is in office, we pretty much know a lot of what's going to be going on next. But let's hear it from the politicians themselves.
I want to congratulate President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and wish them all the best as they work to promote the interests of the American people. As mayor of America's largest city, our main team will work with the incoming administration for the good of all New Yorkers. We also intend to protect our immigrant communities, and we will work with the new administration and Congress to develop a realistic and compassionate national strategy for our immigration system. This includes pushing Congress to provide expedited authorization for asylum seekers who desire to work, and they are already here.
By the way, this is our guy. This is the mayor that encouraged everyone to come and flood the city. He's the one that said, come on through and get some of this good New York love, which is imaginary.
To those immigrants who are living here pursuing the American dream, as so many generations did before you, New York City stands with you. Our city will also continue to offer care, resources, and legal help to those who need it. Regardless of immigration status, we will be here for you. New York City will always remain a city of immigrants and a beacon of liberty around the globe.
Donald Trump scores a commanding victory to return to the White House. What does it mean for New York? The Point starts right now. That will continue under a Trump administration?
Well, I don't think they're going to decrease that. It depends upon the programs and what programs work, but they're going to certainly put into New York what makes sense for New York.
So during the campaign, Donald Trump made a lot of promises about tax cuts, lots of different tax cuts. And, obviously here we're concerned about salt in the metropolitan area. I wonder, given the fact that he's promised so many, do you think that he's going to be able to deliver on all of them? I know the talks have already been discussed in Washington about maybe there's going to have to be some pullback or be some income levels that are established so that they can afford to do everything. What's your thought on that?
Look, he has promised that he is going to change the present cap on the SALT deductions, which particularly hurts us here in New York. And that was an important part of his campaign. And I think he understands the pain that New Yorkers is feeling. Your average New Yorkers are feeling that pain.
All right. So speaking of pain, I'm trying to figure out too, where is this coming from with the New Yorkers, what they're saying about New Yorkers sticking up basically and backing the illegal immigrants. What? Hang on one second. Okay. Immigrants and allies shut down New York City to protest Trump after election. Activists across various social movements, including immigrants' rights groups, threatening to begin mass deportation, right? The Republican Party, which we already knew. Gender affirming healthcare and limit Black and LGBTQ history and representation in schools, deepening fears of climate collapse, heightening injustices against already marginalized groups. So that's what we have right there. That's what's going on. A lot of us are in favor of this stuff that is on here. Some people aren't, but I think that a lot of people are in favor but scared to speak on it, so they go out and vote, so your voice was heard. With New York is becoming the most confusing state / cities in this country, because the ones that have been affected the most are New York. The ones that have been twisted, wrist twisted, go through so much, it comes through New York. New York has been suffering. So on top of that, now it does seem like, in a way, New Yorkers have Stockholm Syndrome. I was really coming to talk about Tasha K Stockholm Syndrome, which I am still going to do. But like, do we like punishment? Do we like these EBT cards given out to anybody? This is taxpayer funded EBT cards. I'm not sure if y'all get that. I know some people are probably like, well, I never even been in New York, whatever. Oh, that's y'all. Our budget is our budget, but it's going to affect you guys too. So we're going to look at the numbers once they're ready. And hopefully the administration too, the Trump administration that is, will start showing us more of these actual numbers is what I'm trying to say. Who's really affected and who can end up being affected, so that you can really see that this does affect a lot of areas throughout the country of America. Judge says New York can't use antiquated constitutional law to block migrant buses from Texas. How is that true? Texas governor was told he couldn't do it either. He was told that, but he stood up and said, no, get out of here. Matter of fact, you're not even coming here. He didn't even want them coming to have to kick them out. He said, you're not coming here. Do y'all remember that? It was 2 years ago. Something happened 3 years ago. They said, you got to let these migrants in Texas. They need somewhere to go. He said, you figure that out. Then who stepped up? Mayor Ballhead. He stepped up. Mayor Eric Adams. He said, come over here. Remember? And then they came by the tens of thousands, overcrowding an already overcrowded city. So what did they do? They bust them up north. They try to bust them up north like they do criminals. They bust them up north to another correctional facility. They bust them up north. What the north say? The north areas, some of my hometown areas, they pushed back and said, no, they can't come up here. Do you know they sent those buses back? The government's been lying. They tell these certain governors, these certain people that are in authority, that they have to do this. You got to let them in, and you gotta. Nope. The ones that stood up and said, no, I don't, and I refuse, there was no repercussions. You didn't see them flood out Texas because that Texas governor wasn't having it. You seen them come and flood out New York is what you're seeing. I saw for myself them putting people out of hotels that were military vets. As a matter of fact, salute to the vets. Happy Veterans Day early. Happy Veterans Day. Those people that fought for our country are pushed out of their rooms. It's bad enough you didn't even put them in an apartment. You put them in a hotel. But then you're pushing them out for illegal migrants. You make that make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And them cents turns into dollars, and it's affecting everyone's pocket that's already low. We have inflation inflation going on, and it's been higher and higher. And it also affects our housing and our buying houses. Housing is up 23% if you want to buy a home in New York, in other areas as well. And it increased in the last 4 years. About 4 years ago, it was only at 13% or a little bit less. It's not making any sense. I'm going to have to go to another screen share too. I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me see what y'all talking about too while I get this together. Feel free to chat. It is an open chat room. I like making connections with people, but I also know that I live in reality. You're not going to all agree with me. You're not supposed to. And you're not supposed to always disagree with someone. You're supposed to go by what you learned, what you know. And yes, our feelings are in there too. So anybody saying, hey, stop crying or stop cheering so much, we're all emotional right now. And we have a right to be. This affects our pockets. This has been affecting my glasses. I need my 4 eyes. What are you talking about? They're like, oh my gosh, everybody's so emotional. Yeah, they supposed to be. This is reality. I know I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I don't know how y'all feel, but they got to go, and they're going. They're going. Trump has made it very clear in his last speech, his acceptance speech. And he also spoke on no more gender, whatever y'all doing to y'all private parts. Girl, if you was born a girl, you can remain a girl. Born a boy, you can remain a boy. And he's going to attack the medical staff if they refuse and still want to take on children making decisions about their bodies, and they're just children. Absolutely. I've been anti-immigration all my life anyway. So if y'all can imagine how it feels being a New Yorker, you see the city behind, you see the background, like this is just a glimpse. There are so many overpopulated people and rats running around the city out of control. Now, first you said you can't control the rats. Well, yes, you can, but that's okay. You want them to run loose. That's what you do. They were planted here, by the way. New York has a lot of history. I know people don't care and they like to just make jokes and stuff, but there's a lot of history behind why New York is the way it is, why we are the way we are, because we don't go through everything, and we go through everything before any of y'all even have to go through stuff. It comes through New York first. So if we deal with the toughest stuff first, why do we keep being picked last for benefits, for something that's going to really benefit the American people? Why? Somebody better hurry up and tell me why. No, I'm kidding. How y'all doing? Let me screen share this other thing that I have too. Oh my gosh, like serious. Sometimes I gotta make myself laugh because I don't know. This is just disgusting. And don't get it twisted though. You know, Trump got his stuff with him, but we're here to talk about what is going to be done. You know, and I just want to talk about the frustration because there's chaos that keeps brewing like coffee, and then it goes away, it goes cold, and then it starts brewing again. And I could see violence starting to spark up. But it's not just the immigrants versus Americans, which I kind of pictured in my mind. Now we have people that they want to be oppressed. They want to stay broke. They want to lose more money as Americans. So they're going to defend a democracy that doesn't exist. If you believe in freedom and justice, which is supposed to be the way America is supposed to be moving, all right, how can you believe in justifying illegal immigrants? You're not making sense. You either legal or you're not. What Trump's mass deportation plan would mean for immigrant workers. This was just today. Happy birthday to me, for the Scorpios, the whole month. Yeah, I think, October 2. Yeah, we got it. President-elect said he has no choice but to pursue mass deportation after election results. There's no price tag. If that plan targets undocumented workers and temporary workers, in addition to migrants who have recently closed the border, the construction industry will be hit hard, as will housing and agriculture sectors. All right, fine. Now, this is pushback. I don't know about y'all, but when I read stuff, when I watch videos, I always want to see, are you trying to narrate something to me, or are you just going to give me the facts? Are you putting your feelings in there, which the media is not supposed to do, or are you just telling me the facts? Construction industry shouldn't be affected by undocumented workers because you shouldn't have them anyway. Construction industry has been governed by our government for the longest, right? You have OSHA, you have so many safety requirements that you have to have before you can even start doing type of construction work. Do I have construction workers in the chat related to anyone that does construction? It's a high paid job, but it's a high risk job too. Why would you have undocumented workers doing so much construction anyway? If something happens to them, you don't even know if that's Jose. You don't even know who that is. You don't even know who it is. Oh my gosh. One more. By one estimate from an immigration policy group, GDP could shrink by 1.1 trillion to 1.7 trillion. But in his recent comments, Trump has also said his plan will bring more business into the country, and the U.S. needs more workers to grow. We have the workers. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but we have the workers. Trump is also moving certain automobile industries, which one of the largest ones is in Mexico. So it's in Mexico, and he wants to shut that down and move it more into the States. That's always been his agenda, is to take away from foreign countries, et cetera, that have money that they're making off of American basically products and so on. So he wants to take that back over. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one more thing. I watched also where a woman was on, I believe it was MSNBC. She spoke on it too. She asked, what did we learn from the election? If you guys want to share what you've learned from the election? We also have Hispanic people that are also against the migrants. Now, it may be surprising to you, but you do need to pay attention. In New York, immigration weighed heavily on diversity among immigrants themselves. Here it is. It's coming up here. He's going to close that border again, said Jean Marie. I'm not trying to say her last name. As a school teacher, he's going to get the criminals out. You come here, learn how to speak English, come here legally. We have no problem with immigrants. Come here legally. You see? I feel like when we talk about immigrants, you already assume, and maybe you are just sometimes hearing it from people that are not, of a Hispanic origin or of a nation that has been trying to come over here. But no, that's not even the case. And I feel she said it just right. Legally, or we wouldn't even really have a problem. Like, why would there be a problem? I still say you need to have a track on how many people you're letting in from certain countries too, because when they do these things, it still ends up being unproportionalized. You're allowing in certain groups, but not other groups. So there you have a bias in who you're letting in the country. We can't have a country like that. So the mass deportations promised by the Trump campaign would target areas like these. So we got New York City, which is a Democratic stronghold. That's pretty much it. It mostly just hit New York City. If y'all know another place, or if you have a complaint, please let it be known in the chat. I will look at it. I think sometimes the chat stays, sometimes it's, doesn't quite stay up there. Let me go back. New Yorkers have always stuck together, so media knows that's a good lie to throw in the post. Yes. Oh, the pot. I was about to say something else about. Hey, y'all. What happened? I thought New York was a sanctuary city. Now they're spending money to bust them back. And they said they can't bust them back. They're taking back the EBT cards. What else were they doing just recently? I want to show that, and then I was gonna do I had something with a couple of people. It was Tasha K, Jaguar, and then it was someone else that I really Oh, I have some for Tiffany Henry, but I may leave her for the week. I'll go on hers during the week for that one. Excuse me. Hang on a second. Okay. Now, if y'all remember, the migrants in New York City were still illegal immigrants, rather, got prepaid debit cards as part of the New York pilot program. But I want to show what they're saying about it now. Shoot. All right. Hang on a second. By the way, real quick, definition: Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is a proposed condition or theory that tries to explain why hostages sometimes develop a psychological bond with their captors. I don't think that's a good example. It's basically you're in a condition and you're suffering in the condition, but you won't even leave. Probably if you were let to, you won't even relieve yourself because you're just caught up in this thing. You're just caught up in this. That's what New York seems like they're acting like. But yeah, those EBT cards are going back. I just saw it, but I wish I could just like pull it up, but my bad, because now I don't see it all of a sudden. That's corny. All right, hold on. You know what? We can do it next time because I don't want to take too long. I have a lot of tabs open. Speaking of Stockholm Syndrome, Tasha K is a very well-known YouTuber. I know a lot of people know her. Send them back. I see y'all. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. All right, let me switch y'all over to what I wanted to show, because this is who she's on tour with now with her comedy show, and it makes zero sense to me because I remember how badly he talked about her and her husband. And my thing is, someone disrespecting your mate, not just your mate, but your married for life partner, that's one of the deepest levels of disrespect. So it's just interesting to me. So I call it Stockholm Syndrome because I got someone else too that disrespected her so bad, and now they got a wrench in her.
I don't know who this Tasha K broad is, but they.
I think I pressed the wrong thing.
To get me on the platform to an African. Anytime you catch this Tasha K broad is. I don't know who this Tasha K broad is, but they say she married to an African. Anytime you catch American broad with an African, the bitch fucked up. Don't say anytime you catch American broad, catch American bitch that's somewhere talking, say my bitch ain't fit to be nowhere doing all that talking. Say listen, say hold on, I'm finna get the bitch, don't worry about it. Somebody tag the bitch, get that hoe in here. See the bitch, they tried to get me on the platform with the bitch. And see, I'm starting, see my nigga tried to bait me in. My nigga tried to bait me in and put me on the platform with the bitch. They want me to sit down with the bitch for free, right? Y'all peep gang, I'm finna hit y'all with it. They wanted me to sit down, my nigga wanted me to sit down with the bitch for free. But I don't do all that for free. So the bitch reached out to my management team and wanted to do an interview. But the bitch couldn't afford me. Say no. Say. The bitch couldn't afford Lil Daddy. No, Lil Daddy, the bitch couldn't afford me. So guess what? The bitch went and like what a bitch do, cause she ain't no hoe. No, she ain't no hoe. A hoe, only way a hoe go be fucking with a nigga if she trying to get at that nigga pocket. This a bitch. This a dirty leg, rotten mouth, funky cock bitch fucking with a player in the mat. Now, check game, right? So I told my partner, say, homie, if I sit down with the bitch, this was my exact words to him, right? If I sit down with the bitch, I'm gonna start disrespecting the bitch. Cause here's my take. Anybody asking me any motherfucking questions, right? Anybody asking me any motherfucking question. My first question is, do you do community work? Do you work in the community? Because I really work in the community. So when I ask that question and they say, no, you ain't got a motherfucking thing to say to me, bitch. A noun nigga. Do you work in the community? Motherfucking African is ruling in the house. No, we mean in the motherfucker. Boy, that motherfucking ashy foot long toe motherfucking African mean in the motherfucking. You can't make no foo-foo, bitch. You don't even know nothing about no foo-foo.
All right, I think that was enough. Y'all heard that, right? He totally disrespected Tasha K and her husband and African people as a whole. So, I mean, which is majority of people. I wanted to show too where they advertised that she has it on. She has it on her channel right here on YouTube, where she's showing that they're doing, where is it? They're doing it, basically they're doing tour together, or they're doing, at least doing a show together. So that's interesting to me. I'm trying to get everything else quick. And how? Like, I'm confused, girl. So this is this her IG? I'm not even that familiar with like other social media like that. I don't care for it much. Right here. So you see it right here, right? So this was just 4 days ago. I saw it probably exactly 4 days ago. That's right. We are back in business. Charleston White interview drops tonight. Be ready. We lock, all this stuff, right? There were a ton of celebrities that took Kamala's money. Y'all vote for her, but y'all won't, and secretly voted for Trump. I said that too on my other stream. Yeah, so there we go. By the way, I like boxing, since it's right under here too. How do y'all feel about this guy, Jake Paul? Like with his boxing and how, to me, I don't think he paid any dues. I don't mean to just jump around, but it's kind of good to see y'all vibe. He just jumps in and he's able to even consider fighting one of the biggest legends, which is Iron Mike Tyson. You don't have any credentials for that yet. I mean, he has some, but I just feel like he's just jumping the gun like way too fast. And I don't know if it's just weird. This boxing is just different now. It's different. But I like real boxing. So maybe some of these folks will help bring real boxing back and not just the dancing and being scared to swing and take a blow. I wanted to show that because it doesn't make sense to me what Tasha K is doing. On the other hand, it does make sense to me what she's doing still in her career. Like I said about who we have here. So that's why I said Stockholm Syndrome. There's another man that's on here, Sean Davy Way, who I like, but that's not the point. He went in on Tasha K so bad. He's like, you bald-headed bee. And he would say stuff and it's funny. He's one of the best roasters on here. They roasted each other for maybe 2 to 3 years. And she came in his chat room. I was watching him live. He was like, get out of here. I don't like you. So what? I know that's Tasha K, but I don't care. I don't need you over. Like, went off. Now they're cool. And she even has a wrench in her chat. It's just giving a lot of Stockholm Syndrome vibes. A lot of them to me. Yeah, so that's what I think about that. Oh, okay, now I can see it. Wait a minute. Oh, all right. Charles claims to be for the Black community, but his woman lets him know. Oh, is she? Yeah, sometimes they remove the chat too, so I need to go back through. Really? That's interesting. But the thing with Charleston White is he knows that if he gets controversial, people listen, because the sad thing is our society today is kind of just moved off of nonsense. So sometimes bring it to them, but bring them the goods. That's how I see it. He's not really for the Black community. He's for playing with the Black community, which people are doing more and more and getting away with it. He's been misbehaving so much that he keeps getting banned from different social medias, which doesn't make sense because he's not really delivering a message other than you should snitch. You shouldn't even be in the streets. If you are, go ahead and snitch. Why? So that more violence can happen and occur and you're nowhere around. So no. And that's why I say a lot on here that we need more leadership with Black people too in our communities. Not that we don't have some, I'm sure there's a lot, but we don't really hear or see of them. We just have a clown like him that disrespects Black people, but then says, nah, that's just my persona when he meets them. When he comes to people's platforms, it's like they have a chat prior. And then he comes in and just puts on his act, which he does most of the time. Well, a lot of the time anyway. All right, I appreciate your comments too. I think I did NPR. I did that. I was trying to find y'all that update, but I can do that next time. Actually, a part of it's right here. Okay. The New York Times have reported on how New York City will stop giving debit cards to the migrants. I didn't realize I moved that out. Okay. I'm going to show that real quick if anybody else wants to chime in on anything. If not, that's fine. New York City will stop giving debit cards. Mayor Eric Adams is ending continuous pilot program that gave 2,600 migrant families debit cards to purchase food. Anyone see me in my last one? They complained about the food. They complained about a lot of things too once they was there, which doesn't make any sense either. New York City will end its continuous program for the debit cards to the migrants. Okay. All right. Not my power, but my battery. Okay, that's all right. Get off anyway. But yeah, I wanted to just show that. And I don't know where Mayor Eric Adams has defended it, arguing that the program would bring down the cost of feeding migrants and give them a wider array of healthier options at supermarkets and bodegas. But the administration has decided not to renew the one-year contract, which has been given to Mobility Capital Finance, known as a no bid emergency basis. Okay, the city's Department of Investigations investigating the contract. Blah, 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 blah. It was an emergency, and now we're moving in another direction. See what they're doing? So basically, also I look through the lens of an illegal immigrant that came and you was told you can come in, so you figured you can, right? Even if Kamala was still in office, she even claimed that she was going to be cracking down or at least fixing the migrant crisis that's been occurring. So I don't know. So we'll see. All right. Shout out to the Scorpios. Yes. All right. I think that is going to be it for me. We're not citizens. They're just tempted to come versus forced to fake elections. Yeah, well, it's not about criminals, though, with the illegal immigrants. You're already a criminal being here. It's already criminal that our own government officials allowed it and encouraged it. That's criminal. So why aren't they charged for going against the Constitution and going against legislation? Why aren't they looked at as criminals that they are by allowing this? This is Stockholm Syndrome, and I'm going to call it out for what it is. I think some people just have it. It's not good, and hopefully we can get rid of it. If you're interested in some updates and just some basically some commentary on the supervisor / mayor, Tiffany Henyard, she is running again for next year. She is the mayor of Dalton County in Illinois. She's stirring up a lot of controversy. A lot of nonsense has been going on with that. So I will have that coming up for next week. Or possibly, actually, I said next week. Next week is tomorrow. Monday. Monday should be. Do it. Any zodiac people in the house? All right. Okay, so that does it for the title and everything that I had planned. Oh, come on, wait, please. Scorpios. Scorpios are in the process of getting along with their lovers. Scorpios should do more planning in the future. In relationships, you should have a clear goal and direction and do not trifle with your partner, or this will harm both parties. So sounds like the good thing is love is in the air. Everybody wants to have some of that. But there's some conflict going on too, it sounds like, with the Scorpio season. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if y'all haven't already, maybe interested in checking out right here where we had the latest interview that Tasha K posted. She has her own private website too. The latest, but that's her there with Sam, who's Jaguar Wright's living son. So he's going in on her. I know she's probably pretty pissed. I'm sure she's pissed. I know she's pissed. She probably gonna blame Diddy, Jay-Z, everybody gonna get blamed. My throat is a little dry too. I don't think I should do an impersonation on her tonight. Oh my gosh. But yes, it's definitely Scorpio season. Ooh. All right, never mind. I'll put it up on the next one. Okay, usually I have a little video. I'm in a different part. Yeah, so a lot came out with this interview that they did, but it just shined a lot of light on what type of mother she was and a lot of her shortcomings. He does not hate her, but he just wants the truth to come out, and there's that. I'll speak a little more on that too at a later date. Jaguar Wright's mom passed away within her moments of going up and down with her ratings and moving around on YouTube. I think that the stress that Jaguar Wright brought on her mother helped to go towards her health. I'm not saying she killed her mother, but she didn't help the situation much. Sam was raised by Jaguar Wright's mother, and he was taken care of. He was fine. And then she started coming back around. They got evicted and evicted and evicted again. I feel that had a lot to do with the stress on her mom. So I just wanted to make that point also. I don't know if y'all follow or not, or did follow. All right, we're coming up on 43 minutes. Okay. All right, my voice is so dry. Oh my gosh. All right, but that's what I had to say. I'll be back to if probably have some updates on what's going on in New York City. I'm going to try to get some more footage into and some more information just to talk about that, and that's some more, post-election stuff. But I appreciate y'all coming through. This is INY007. Thank you to everyone that came through and just participate, subscribe, and that has taken the half a second it takes to hit the like button. And hope to see you come back through. Thank you. Peace. Peace.
She's a pathological liar because what? She know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. Okay. I heard what you saying about her. Yeah. All right. Don't come with the dope fiend lies to me. Oh, I'm not. I know it when I see it. I'm not. I know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. I understand. I know dope fiends are slick. They don't all slick me. Get going. She's a pathological liar because what? She know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. Okay. I heard what you saying about her. Yeah. All right. Don't come with the dope fiend lies to me. Oh, I'm not. I know it when I see it. I'm not. I know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. I understand. I know dope fiends are slick. They don't all slick me. I've seen 1,000,000 dope fiends. Right. All right. Now let's get going. She's a pathological liar because what? She tells lies about her friends and family. Mm-hmm. Like she has friends, but they'll get in fights.
I'm not related to either one.
You're a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Friends for a while. You related? And then she'll go about you? Mm-mm. Thank you. Have a seat. What else? Get going. She's a pathological liar because what? She know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. Okay. I heard what you saying about her. Yeah. All right. Don't come with the dope fiend lies to me. Oh, I'm not. I know it when I see it. I'm not. I know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. I understand. I know dope fiends are slick. They don't all slick me. I've seen 1,000,000 dope fiends. Right. All right. Now let's get going. She's a pathological liar because what? She tells lies about her friends and family. Mm-hmm. Like she has friends, but they'll get in fights.
I'm not related to either one.
You're a friend? Mm-hmm. Friends for a while. You related? And then she'll go about you? Mm-mm. Thank you. Have a seat. What else? Get going. She's a pathological liar because what? She know it when I see it and I know it when I hear it. Okay. I heard what you saying about her. Yeah. All right. Don't come with the dope fiend lies to me. Oh, I'm not. I know it when I see it. I'm not. I know it when I. All right. Well, then just say it. You ran off with the man's $40. You got your dope and it was so good you couldn't make it back. Didn't want to
It
share.
wasn't for that.
Yeah, so let me
She
just
tried
get
to
let
sell
me just
me.
get a nip
Told me-
of it real quick.
She tried to
Let
give
me get a chip. She tried to
That is
get a
not
chip.
true. She
Nobody
tried.
can
She
eat.
told me to have
Nobody
sex
can
with
smoke just one.
It's not true.
You never made it back. That's understandable. What a man knew he was giving the money to a dope fiend, what made him think you're going to come back with the dope? You want as much dope for yourself as you can get. You
That
can't
wasn't
split no
true.
$40 rock. No way, or can you? How many
I
people
don't
can
do
smoke
crack.
on a $40 rock?
She does crystal meth.
Oh, don't you smoke crystal meth, too? Well, how many people can smoke on a $40 crystal meth rock? Seriously, dope fiend. What made him think? Hey, what did he just say it?
Since then, I have not.
All right, but in that occasion, was that?
2.5 months. Yeah, about 2 months ago.
Were you getting high back then, 2.5 months ago?
At her house, yes, but since then, I have not.
All right, but in that occasion.
All right, y'all. I'll just be testing out my little things and visuals. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day, good night. Shout out Scorpio season. It's Kai and Y 007. Peace.